In the bottom right corner, as the pink Zerg, it's NYK. And in the top left, as the red Terran, it's WoodedMicrob. WoodedMicrob with some pretty good showings at the NY? Oh my god. At the IEM Katowice qualifiers, where he was finally taken out by Scarlet pretty late in the tournament. NYK with some pretty good showings himself in the ESL Pro Tour weekly tournaments, as I recall. I haven't casted him, but I'm pretty sure I've seen his results pretty high up. Hatch first here from NYK. Microb Reaper expanding, or normal hatch gas pool shenanigans from NYK. Here on Nightshade, something we've been seeing Zergs do a lot is a 2.5 base or 2 base Roach Ravager assault on the Terran. Zergs less and less taking things to the late game since the Infestor nerf. Peelings coming out here for NYK. Factory back here for WoodedMicrob. NYK sneaking out his third. Will complete a little bit late, but not game-endingly late. Eight lings here for NYK. Preparing for the Hellion aggression. Roach Horn almost finished as well. Microb going for the fusion core. Starport gonna swap onto the tech lab as soon as Viking is finished. Bunker will finish. Yeah, there's no poking in here for NYK. He has most of his lings out on the map. Roach is going to move to respond to the Hellions. No saturation at the third, and this is what I'm talking about, these 2 base all-ins from the Zerg. NYK gambling a lot here. This, of course, means no saturation on the third for quite some time. Nothing in the bunker right now. For Microb, there he goes. So it's a single Marine in. It's not going to hold for very long. Here come the Ravagers. You'll notice he lands the Bile on the back to try and connect with these SCVs. And he is successful. Microb has a backup bunker. The mine goes off on just 2 roaches. Will get shut down. SCV's pulled to try and tank for these units, but it's just not working out. Battlecruiser is out and will eventually clean all this up. However, Microb taking huge economic damage, 11 SCVs getting cut down. And NYK has time to prepare back home. A couple spores going down, the queen count continuing to increase. See the Bile forcing the SCVs off to repair. That means the Lings will make it in. They're going to target down the fusion core, try and stop additional battlecruisers from hitting the field. While some of them enter the mineral line, pick off more SCVs. Here we go, fusion core done. That does, of course, not stop the battlecruiser in production, but it will delay or prohibit a third. And 36 SCVs go down. Terran can survive on mules for a little while, but it's not an ideal proposition for sure. Some supply depots going down. But this battlecruiser heavily delayed from going across the map. 2 out for NYK as he finally cleans up the remaining Lings around the 7-minute mark. And I would expect to blink forward. There it is. A mule drop to repair VC. Microb is really desperate to get damage done here. He's going to take down the queens. But back home, binary going to go down. Ling's not going to be able to make it to the main. Siege tank going to hold down there, but another couple supply depots will get picked off. Microb gonna pick off the spawning pool. Oh my god, if Microb wins this game, bro. Ooh, he doesn't want that CC to get lit on fire. One of the BC is still in the red. Gonna take a little bit more damage. Queen count slowly recovering here for NYK. Oh, one BC gets picked off right before the teleport finishes. Liberator sieging at the third. Spore Crawler gonna reposition and try and take care of that. Second BC will make it home alive. However, this is a very battered and bruised Terran. Two CCs ready to move out here for WoodedMicrob. He's still at a third of the worker supply of his opponent and half the army supply. It's going to be a chore to try and secure this. Battlecruiser not quite repaired. Yeah, you don't want to land that. NYK going to start launching Bile on the CC. Maybe. No, he's going to wait for the BC to come out. Actually, I don't think he's even watching these. Okay, there he goes. Okay, he's going to Bile down. The tank back here. Tank. Second tank going to hold firm. Takes out the Lings. Microb allowed to expand. I feel like this is a misplay here from NYK. You can always bile the command center. Bile just as good against floating buildings as it is any unit. Light it on fire, put some pressure on Microb to move into you. Don't feel pressured to move it into Microb. NYK gonna be totally safe from the incoming battlecruiser aggression, except at his fourth. His fourth is pretty vulnerable, but he has several queens and a lot of transfuse. BC gonna get about a half dozen drones before it's forced to blink home. Roach speed almost finished here for NYK. Eight corruptors on the way. Microp's still really behind, but in a better position than he was, is the best I can say here. I think NYK might want to max. Oh, no, he's not gonna. Hey, maybe he is gonna. Brains huffing it forward. NYK. And get together a defense. Forces the battlecruiser blink. Only losing 3 drones. Oh, NYK is a little bit out of position to defend this. One queen gets mowed down. Marines forced to lift off. I feel like it almost might be worth it for the corruptors to just acid spray this down. Even if they do take a couple losses, there's only one battlecruiser in the air. 1-1 about to finish for the Zerg. 1-1 gonna finish a little bit later for the Terran. Yeah, do it. No. Baneling's morphing in, and the Roach Ravager Baneling's gonna engage in here at the 3rd. Now, this is a little nice tank concave. The BC gonna put in a little bit of work as well. But ultimately, the BC will get picked off by the Corrupto. Makes it out, actually. There's the first tank volley. 1 tank gets picked off by Bile. 3 more in the background. Marine's gonna buy as much time as they can. 2nd tank's down. Baneling's gonna force the Bio back. And Ravagers are on top of tank number 3. But tank number 4 holds strong. NYK forced to back out. The Terran's almost caught up in economy. Only 10 workers behind. Is this going to be the comeback of the century here for WoodedMicrob? It's looking like it might be. The Zerg is maxed out, but Microb has a chance. It's a slim chance in hell, but it's a chance. It's gonna gun down a couple of these units. NYK gonna gun down one of his own Ravagers. The dirt roaches in the background not helping with the rock fight. No, the rock's gonna take slightly longer to kill. Corruptors incoming. Microb has never repaired this natural CC, so I feel like... Ooh, that's a kill. On the 6th of the Zerg. 5th. Getting ready to be saturated down here to the left. That's a lucky Liberator. Lives to fight another day. NYK maxed out and building a bank. Microb closing in on max out with 2-2, about halfway finished. Still 3 tanks in the back line. WoodedMicrob trading very well against the Zerg army. And NYK is on the run. He's spent his bank. He's not close to max out. He's going to Ultra. He's going into Ling attack speed, Carapace, Burrow. But Microb, eliminating a ton of the Zerg army, is going to move in here and make his gamble for the comeback. NYK morphing in more Banelings. But for the first time in a while, the armies are even-ish in supply. 2-2 has hit the field for the Terran. Vehicle weapons coming very shortly. Microb not quite able to break the Zerg. 32 more Lings about to pop for NYK. Microb establishing a 4th behind this. The Corruptor Spray, Caustic Spray, picks off +3 armor, but it had just started anyway. So many wasted opportunities to kill this Nat. NYK is going to have to be picky about this engagement. He doesn't want to end up under the fire of 7 siege tanks. That's a good chunk of the bio gone. In the meantime, NYK doing a Ling backstab. Maybe gonna finally kill this natural CC. Nope. Microb sends a lot of Marines back home. They will clean this up. Taking a couple of losses, but holding strong for the most part. NYK gonna try and pick some of the Liberators. Yoink. NYK taking the bottom left corner. Microb sees this. He's still holding this island in the center of the map, anchoring his map control. NYK remaxed once again, and once again building up a bank, finally going for Greater Spire, getting +3 armor, +2 melee. It's gonna run around a couple wings. They're not gonna do any damage, really. Microb poking at the bottom left. NYK. Not gonna respond to this. 8 drones die in the process. Microb moving into Thor production. As well as ghosts. And we've had, like, a stalemate for quite some time now. As we enter minute 23 of this game. This is a terrifying Terran army. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know why he's sniping it. Feedback queens, but just a roll forward from NYK. Finding clouds on the tanks, but too many Liberators in the air. The Zerg army totally evaporates. WoodedMicrob ahead in the army supply. Zerg does have a bank behind this and is going to invest in 16 Corruptors and +1. Only a couple Broodlords on the field for now. WoodedMicrob retreating from his little island base. Gonna start mealing out the fresh 5th. Microb moves out a 6th as well. And NYK starts moving toward mid-map because we're running out of bases. Microb going for a drop play. NYK gonna lose a few drones here. I mean, this is the stalemate of all stalemates. We're at 25 minutes into this game now. And it doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon. Nidus in the main. Double Nidus, actually. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. A lot, but not all of Microb's production is in there. Oh, okay. The Terran's going to be totally reset as his production is taken out. I don't know, Kev. Oh, the Vipers go down for the Zerg, though. There's nothing here to shut down this Air Force. All the Broodlords die. NYK didn't unload the Nidus! NYK! Microb picking off all the Broodlords. Wow. Huge mistake there from NYK. All he had to do was unload, and the Terran couldn't remake his army. But he didn't. There we go. But is it too little too late? Marines holding in the choke as the ghosts pump out damage. GG's called in WoodedMicrob with a huge comeback in this 27-minute game. Takes game number 1. In the top left, as the pink Zerg, it's NYK. And in the bottom right, as the red Terran, it's WoodedMicrob. NYK had Microb down in the single digits of workers in the previous game, but WoodedMicrob slowly and surely pulling it back, NYK crashing army after army into the Terran and getting some damage done, but Microb trading better, taking better engagements, and coming out on top. NYK goes hatch first. Microb sending out an SCV scout. See if he's getting chest or not. Microb grabbing himself a Reaper. Going to see if he can't kill a couple drones. 2 spores forced. 2 spores canceled. Microb getting some damage done. An interesting choice for NYK to pick this forward third location. Bioplay can gun this down from the high ground, hop down, threaten from this side, hop back up, threaten from this side as the Zerg chases it back and forth. Cloak on the way. There's a Banshee. And a Tech Lab on the racks for WoodedMicrob. Overlord is unperturbed in its scouting path. It's gonna zoom on out of there. Deja vu. I have been in this place before. Higher on the street. So hard to be me. Whoa! Hey there, Mr. Banshee. Half the hull health gone, nothing to show for it. Microb gonna back out, doesn't want to engage into the queens, and we're gonna have another macro game on our hands. 1-1 on the way for the Zerg, stim about halfway done for a Terran. Queen's a little bit exposed. None of them will get picked off, but all the transfuse burned for the most part. A couple more going to be here in a few seconds. A couple creep tumors get picked off. This forces an interesting choice here for NYK. Do you want to save for transfuse or invest some of that into creep tumors? He's going to choose a middle ground there. 2 creep tumors dropped, 2 transfuses saved. Microb. Marine tank pushes with the Hellbats. Tank siege up behind this. Banelings roll forward. Beautiful splits from Microb though, going to stop much damage from happening. The high energy queen, very low on health. Banelings overrun the Hellbats. However, the Marine tank holds strong. NYK does not want to lose his third hatch. He has 30 more lings incoming. Microb gonna wait for the creep to clear a little bit, heal up his Marines. NYK going for the counterattack. NYK trying to flank. Microb pushing in on the third. But Microb unable to seal the deal on killing the third. NYK gets his fourth up, drones it up a little bit even. Microb on the defensive. He did get up his own third. NYK gonna get a cancel on this base. Not gonna make it into the net. NYK swarms a couple of tanks, but Microb still ahead in army supplies, still ahead in workers. Microb dropping on the Banelings, taking out quite a few of them, but can he afford those trades? Marines poised to strike on the weakened third of the Zerg. This is a distraction down here. Microb moves in. Instantly gonna get a queen. Liberator sieges up, but unfortunately within range of the spore, so it will get picked off. Microb gets the snipe on the third. It's gonna lift up. Drop into the main. He needs to be careful with these Muta roaming around. 2-2 finishing for the Zerg. Microb, keeping NYK down to 3 base, is going to get out of here with a significant amount of his units. Yeah, there's Mita. Gonna pick off a healthy chunk of bio. Wound the medevacs. Muta going for a strike at the Nat. NYK going up to Hive Tech. Thor's moving in to respond. Microb gonna lose an engineering bay. It's not too critical. It wasn't even researching anything. Either gonna head into the main. Missile turret's gonna trade out 1-for-1 with these Mutalisks. Microb with another Marine tank push. Microb cleans up the Muta and a lot of the Lingbane here for the Zerg. He's basically at 100 army supply to 50. This is not looking too healthy here for NYK. He's researching Burrow. Microb has a bank to bounce back from the losses he incurred. He's going to be pushing toward max out. NYK trying desperately to take a 5th. He's mining out in the main, he's mining out in the Nat. And some of the mineral patches in the 3rd gonna start drying up here quite soon. Banelings roll forward. A lot of them crash into the tank though. However, a nice fungal from behind gonna dry up health on these Marines. It's gonna eat into the medevac energy a little bit. Microb dropping on the 5th again. Oh my god, that's a healthy amount of drones gunned down. GG's called. WoodedMicrob takes game number 2 in this best of 5. In the bottom left, as our pink Zerg, it's NYK. And in the top right, as the red Terran, it's WoodedMicrob. Microb a single game away from taking the series. Will NYK be able to find his inner strength and pull it back? I feel like cheese is the answer here. Cheese is the way. Microb taking 2 very well thought macro games. It's a little bit difficult to watch the Terran just turtle and push out. But Microb making it work in his gameplay, going for a Reaper expand. NYK with the proxy hatch. See how Microb deals with this. Scarlet has killed him this way before, so this could be psychological damage as well. Okay, SCV Scout will go out, but will not see the proxy. Hatch almost halfway done. Pool started back home for NYK. Microb sees there's no Nat, immediately cancels the CC, pulls his SCV into the main, gonna start one up there. Clean started up. Microb scouted the proxy hatch, and he's gonna back up into the main. He's like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit. Throws down the bunker. Couple lings coming out here for NYK. Not going to be able to chase down the Reaper just yet. They gotta conserve that health, wait for their compatriots, and wait for the Queen. NYK has skipped Ling speed and is going straight into the Roach Warren to get out those Ravagers and start working on this wall. Factory almost finished here for the Terran. Overlord, Roach. Oh, a little bit of a mistake. NYK supply block there for a few seconds. And unable to spend his money on more roaches. What you doing, man? Oh, he's gonna send drones back home from the proxy? What is even happening? He made the other two Ravagers back home even though he had larvae at the proxy. And this now he's gonna make drones at the proxy and send them all the way back home. Focus the SCVs! Kill the SCVs! Oh man, the Bile's gonna launch late as well. Kill. Yes, there we go. 4 Ravagers here will take out the Spy Depot no matter what. But can they deal with the Cyclone? 1 Ravager, extremely low health. NYK really needs Lings to shield for these Ravagers, like really bad. But he's droning. He expanded behind this. Oh my god. This is madness. This is insanity. Microb will take out this proxy. I mean, look, there's nothing. There's a Marine and a Cyclone. If NYK had made Lings, this is a dead Terran. Now the Terran has a fusion core halfway done. He has a tech lab on his starport. Like, what is even going on in NYK's head right now? I don't get it. Cyclone's gonna push out here. Microb gets the Overlord, but in turn loses the Viking. Microb with his second orbital, poised to move out. BC on the way here for Microb. Reaper's gonna prevent this third from going down. Microb taking his fourth location, depending on your point of view, as his Nat. There's the blink forward from the battlecruiser, and this is an anemic defense here from NYK. First Queen will fall. 2 more to back it up, but they cannot engage this battlecruiser. More spores being thrown down. Heals being dropped to repair. Lings take care of the mules, but battlecruiser makes some of them pay for it with their lives. NYK missing a couple injects here. He is down to 2 queens. One of them has some stacked energy, but Ott can inject the main hatch. Aspire here from NYK as well. Heal was dropped to try and repair the battle cruiser, but Wings pick it off. It's gonna be hard for NYK to defend this third. He needs to send a queen now. He's out of them, actually. BC blinks home to defend against this Ravager aggression. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it could have picked off the third here. We're gonna name this third CDN. CDN the third. Creep will slowly recede. A Raven out here to finally clear some of that up. Microb has Fog of War, so he doesn't know how many defenses are here. Of course, the answer is absolutely none. Microb up in workers. Nice Ravager count here for NYK. Lings can't engage into that. Too much tank fire. Six Corruptors, 18 Lings, 3 more Ravagers hitting the field for the Zerg. Lings are going to attempt to run by it here at the third of the Terran, and it's going to be wildly successful. A ton of SCVs get picked off. Even more wounded. Supply depots going down. Marines will move in, but the Lings should survive this. In the meantime, Battlecruiser trying to find some damage. Back on the Zerg side of things. It will pick off a Queen. Corruptors slacking on the job a little bit. Finally find it, and the BC blinks home. A bit of a supply block here for the Terran, which is quite annoying. 4 supply depots going to alleviate that. NYK ready to pounce at the third at the first sign of a Terran move out. Corruptors a little bit exposed here. I don't know what they're doing exactly. NYK not going to find purchase. Microb consent to sit back, continue getting up military forces. NYK not so much. Connects Bile with a couple of the tanks, but there's the Dorito cannon. This is bad trades for for NYK. WoodedMicrob holding strong, just losing supply depots as these Ravagers eat tank fire. G is called, and WoodedMicrob takes the series 3-0.